while. It's time for a garage update. I'm going to run you through every single project I have that we've got going on. Stick around to the end of the video as well, because number one, we're going to talk about the Civic last, and number two, you're going to be able to find out where you're going to be able to see this car at our first 621 times social drivers times pure car modified me at Gasoline Juice. So make sure you stick around. Information is actually in the description, but make sure you stick around anyway, because we're going to talk about the Civic at the very end of the video. We're going to start off with this, my Nissan Silvia S15. This has been in the lineup now for a long time, I think 7 years maybe. I've had this now. I love it. I bought it at 7 years ago prices, so I've been able to enjoy it a lot, and I still love it a lot. I would probably go as far to say as well, out of every single car I have, this is my favourite one, so that's why we're starting on this one. I'm going to be doing a full video very, very soon on every single thing that's wrong with it, what the future plans are with it, and what we're going to be doing with it. So make sure you hit subscribe and leave a big fat like, because this car was about to be tucked away in a container for the foreseeable future while I indulged in some other plans. But I've changed my mind, and we're going to use this for said plans. So it's not being tucked away. It's going to be a lot of Nissan Silvia content later in the year. So make sure you stick around. But the car is still here. I still absolutely love it. And I've got some pretty cool plans with this car now that should see it being used a hell of a lot next year. That's all I'm going to say on the Nissan Silvia. I love this car so much. So, car number two that we're going to have a quick talk about in today's video is this, my H-Reg. What's that? 1989? Wow, is that 1989, 1990? We're the same age. Wow, you're old as sin, baby. This is my little JDM import Mazda MX5 1.6. This is going to be the subject of what you guys are going to see quite a lot of over the next few months. I'm going to be diving into this build. It's been tucked up out of the way, minding its business, waiting for its moment. And its moment is coming soon. And it doesn't need a huge amount, I don't think, to get it on the road, but we are going to find out. I think basically the premise of it is we're going to have a look at the bushings, we're going to have a look at the rust, we're going to have to fix the roof, because at the moment, oh, I can't show you because it's all got loads of stuff on it, but it needs a roof skin putting on, needs a wiring loom fitted. It needs a bunch of stuff, but none of it is like absolutely crazy. And I always kind of wanted a little MX5 on the road. I don't really know what else to say. It's Japanese, it's cool. I need to get a TR lane roll bar for it to make sure that if we put it on its roof, I don't become squished. And yeah, it's actually got some really nice bits on it. So this is going to be the next little series that you're going to see on YouTube. Over the last few months, we've completed the 350Z, you're going to see in a minute, and we've done a little bit with Pierre. That has been great fun. But we're going to be diving into the S15 later in the year, like I said. But coming up next is the MX5. On to my 350Z. Now, if this is the first video you've ever seen of me, my name's Adam Ivor, and it's nice to meet you. And late last year, I picked this 350Z up, thinking it was just going to be an out-of-the-box, really good drift car, but how wrong was I? And there is a 10-part series of us putting this car together with the help of BC Racing and DSR. That name, I always say DRS because of the F1. DSR Motorsport, Ian Waddington. We put the car together and we've actually made it look really good. We've got the work wheels off of the Silvia on here because we're going to be using this car a bit more than the Silvia over the next few months in terms of actually getting to drive. I'm looking at drift days that I can get on ASAP. So if any of you guys know of any, ideally around like southeast corner of England, so I haven't got to drive up to like the north. I will go up north very soon though, because we're heading up to Scotland, so that's very north for an event up there, and we have got a lot of ideas and plans to get way more seat time in this car. Well, we have to, because my plans for next year. So this is going to be the car. We're going to head over to Ireland in it in October. I cannot wait for that. Hopefully get to drift with the boys like Jack Shanahan and all the other lads over in Ireland. And Lucas Bandana, he's got one of these now. Few ideas and changes for it. Yes, I'd like to eventually put these wheels back on the Silvia, but I would also quite like to get a really nice set or two of sets of Strom wheels, because I love the dude that makes Strom wheels. Lovely guy. He helps out Drift Games a lot, and hopefully we can maybe convince him to get on board with what I'm doing, but I need to have a chat with him next time I see him. But this would look really good on a set of Stroms, and if you want a set of Stroms, we at Pure Car Modify are a dealer. I'm actually going to leave a discount code in the description for the next 100 orders on Pure Car Modify. That will get you a big old discount across the whole website, and there are products on there we're actually not allowed to discount. So use the discount code to get discount on products you're not allowed discounts from, and hopefully we won't get in trouble. Anyway, it wasn't my fault if it happened, okay? I'm going to blame the other guy that runs Pure Car Modify with me. But we've got the BC Racing coilovers available from Pure Car Modify. The work wheels, I think we can still supply work wheels. I've also got some really nice bits like Recaro seats, also available at Pure Car Modify. So you're going to see me pushing the brands a little bit again. I kind of went quiet on it for a little while. I'm really, really excited to build the brands again. So I went quiet on it a little while, just while I figured how we wanted to go forward with it. But Pure Car Modify and 621 are coming back with a vengeance, and you got to wait to see what 621 has planned. That is the merch line, and everything is on sale on 621.com as well. There you go, there's an advert. I haven't put an advert in a video for so long, forgive me. You can let that one be. And moving on from the most expensive car in the entire world to run, we're moving on to the thing that makes all of this possible, really. My daily driver, my BMW X5. I bought this car a relatively long time ago in terms of me owning cars. I bought this in 2020? 2020? I think I got it in like that first non-lockdown bit of the year. 2020, I think it was. It's now 2024. It's nearly hit 100k. I've done nearly 60,000 miles in this thing. It's had its faults that were kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. One of them was really irritating, but I have clocked that on my channel, my X5 review that I did is one of my most watched videos ever. So I'm going to kind of piggyback on the back of that, and we're going to retouch on the back of this to hopefully give us a viewed video that will maybe benefit the channel on the YouTube algorithms and stuff, and put us back on your timelines. So the X5 has been absolutely amazing. To this day, I still love it. It's still my dream daily driver in the bracket that I can afford. It's nice, it's comfortable, it's fast, it's seemingly very reliable. It's been very, very good for me. It's decent on fuel when I'm towing. It's safe. I love it. I think it looks the tits as well, you know, like, I'm going to give it a clean after this video. That's why we've parked it here. I will get the Chevy out of the way, and we'll give this old girl a clean. But yeah, excellent vehicle. I have excellent, excellent, Adam approved. I like it. I really do like this car. Right, I have two cars here to touch on. But before we touch on these, we're going to go into the field, because some cars can't move at the moment, and I don't have any friends to help me push them around that live local that will come and help anymore. So what I need to do is go into the field, and we'll talk you through some of the things over there, and then we're going to come back to the M3 and the EG6, where we're going to finish up. We're going to finish up on the EG6 because we still have that, and it's coming out next month. There you go, little insider. Still have the Chevy in the garage, but this isn't my car. This is my dad's car. I think he's going to try and sell it later in the year. I'll be sad to see it go, but also if it gives me another half of the garage back and I get to use it, then I won't be too sad. But yeah, we've got the Chevy. We're keeping it for my sister's wedding, and then I think it might be up for sale. So if anybody wants a Chevy Impala 1960, it's valued at 40 grand now as well. I can't believe this barge is worth that, but it is apparently. So next up is Pierre, mon ami, my little French babe. Now, Pierre has been awesome for me and for the channel. I had so much fun just dragging him out of the field, getting him back through an MOT, and he's ready to rock and roll. Now, we went up to Auto Alex's show, which was absolutely quality. He got a really good reaction. I've had more photos, look at this, at Auto Alex's show than I had my drift car at a drift event last year up in Scotland. So that was kind of disappointing for me, but never mind. Now, I know when I did the initial video, I said, Pierre, the plan is to go to France. Well, because we did Auto Alex's show instead, that kind of took that place. Although the idea of the France thing isn't dead, I'm just figuring it out in the calendar. So if you guys that don't know, if you joined from Auto Alex's show, I work for Drift Masters and I also work for my family business. So I'm just not here a huge amount now. Plus my +1 dropped out and I've got to try and find another +1. I've offered it for a few people, but it's just making the timing work with everybody. I just don't want to go on my own. These journeys are like really boring. If we do like a 2 to 3 day trip, and you might see a 20-minute video, that's still like 48, 30, 24, 48, 70, so 3 days worth of filming, and I want to be able to make sure I get to make some memories while I'm away with someone I actually like. So we're figuring it out. France isn't dead. Also, by the way, the insurance onto this was absolutely insane. But Pierre, I don't want to sell him. I'm quite happy for him to sit here, and we'll just go and give him a wash and battery charge every so often. And, you know, if the insurance wasn't so crazy, I don't know what's going on with the insurance at the moment. It feels like everything in our country is strangleholding every penny it can out of us poor civilians. So, yeah, Pierre, we had a great time. I loved it. Thank you all the new people that subscribed. The MX5 is going to be a mega little project too, and it's one I really want to do as well. So make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. Here comes the hard one. My E36. This car is such a pile of steaming horseshit, but I love it. It's got some really good parts in it, and hey, Millie, it's got some really good parts in it, and I don't know whether we just simply bite the bullet and break the car for parts. If we do that, we will film it, because I'm really sad. I've loved this car. It's got such a funny story. It's such a bag of shit, but I've had such a good time in it. Or we kind of fix it and leave it with Pierre, and we just kind of dip on it when we need it, as and when we need it. In case the 350Z breaks, it'll be a good backup car. I love this car, man. It's got such a funny story. It's got such a funny story. Damn, I will be really sad to see this car go. And because E36s are so expensive now, I just feel like because I've got a shell, then maybe worst case we keep the shell on some bricks somewhere, and then in the future we can figure it out if we need it. They're just so expensive now. It's just not, cars aren't fun anymore, you know. But I've got one that can be fun, and we can cut the arches out, put over fenders on it. I've got over fenders still, even though I've got someone that wants to buy them. I don't know yet. We'll see. But there's the E36. Now, there are two cars here that I am just going to ignore. I'll touch on them real quick. The Civic pickup truck, literally just need to strip some parts off that. This Civic hatch, just need to get an engine out of that. Going to store the parts in my container, and then we're just going to scrap the shells because the car's useless at this point. So, and anyone gives me grief, this car is so bad. So there's nothing worth saving on it at this point. So we're just going to take what we can, engine-wise, wheels, suspension, and all the stuff off of this, and I'll sell some of it. The rest is going to go in my container for storage. Anyone that has watched the channel for a while will know this car does not live down here. This car lives at my house. This is my baby. This car is the most money I've ever spent on anything that wasn't my house deposit. So my dream car, I love it. It is everything I've ever wanted, but you'll see it's down here, and you'll see that the front bumper's hanging off. So I fitted the front lip recently in a video that will be linked in the top corner, and I wasn't happy with the fitment, and I was like, oh well, I'll whip it up the garage. I've got the under tray to fit anyway. Well, trying to fit this stupid under tray, I messed up real bad. It should have been an easy job. I messed up with the instructions. They weren't that clear, and I cocked up. I ended up threading the bits that the bumper bolts into, so I've had to wait for them. They're now here. I forgot the keys to the car though, but they're now here. And I need to replace those in the front wing. Not quite sure how to do that, but we'll figure it out on the day. We then need to realign the front bumper, sort out this under tray because there's a bolt rounded underneath. So basically, I had filmed all this. I spent 2 days filming all of this, only for me to scratch the front bumper, round a bolt, and then leave the car down here because I couldn't put the front bumper back on. So it was great. That was like a great thing. But I will finish that up probably this week, later end of this week. So that video might come in a week or two when we've got it all back together, all front bumper all aligned properly. But I have scratched it. I am going to have the bumper painted at some point. But I thought if we just use it for the foreseeable. I've also put a whole dog thing in here, so me and Finn can go on some adventures at some point in it as well. But we've got to get this sorted. It stressed me out so bad. I can't explain. It was like the worst possible thing that could happen, really, because I like all my panels to fit, and I had the bumper fitting perfectly when we fitted the front lip originally, and then it has been an absolute nightmare. So basically, I'm going to cut up this fucking under tray a little bit to make it easier to fit, because it's absolute bollocks. I'm really disappointed with it, but it is what it is. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it all back together. Now I've got the bits. We're just going to have a full day or two working on it, so I can take my time and not rush and eat some lunch, because I tend not to eat when I'm stressed and I'm doing all this stuff. So we'll get it done. But this is my M3. It is amazing. It's still my favorite car. I still love it, and it annoys me that it's parked up here not being able to be used, especially in this weather, because this weather is mega all of a sudden. What a cool car though, man. But yeah, I've got to sort it. Oh man, my little Honda, my little lovely red Honda that lives in this garage full of spiders and mice. Doesn't matter, does it? They can't see me. My little abandoned red Honda Civic. We're going to be giving this some love soon. We're going to be doing car meet. First off, we're doing a Honda meet again, baby. Me and Take Boy are teaming up with Northampton's Gasoline Juice. 22nd of June. We've got it for the day. We're going to have, it's a Honda meet, but you can bring other cars, but the Hondas will be parking up. It's going to be absolutely amazing to, number one, get this out once again. We're going to get a massive clean, but this car needs a full overhaul, if I'm completely honest. It's sat dormant now for a couple of years. There's a mouse living in here. I can tell that because there's poo all over one of the T37s. This car needs a lot of work, but I just don't need it at the moment. I think a lot of people in the financial position I was in would have not suffered and sold it and used that money to then just, be like, hey, that was a great thing. I really enjoyed it. On to the next. But for me, I'm so attached to this car. It means so much to me. I just can't bring myself to ever part with it. So I'm just kind of like, well, that's dead money. Basically, we're going to do a full video when I get it out to clean it for gasoline juice. I'm going to do a full video going over everything wrong with the Civic, everything I want to change on it, everything that will be done on it in time. And that's the beautiful thing. I don't owe any money on this car. It's mine. I've owned it for 13, 14 years, I think. So it's got time. We can get to this another day when we've got time to do it and we've got the budget for it. Like I said, I've got a big plan for next year that is going to need money. So, like I mentioned, 621, everything's on sale because we're doing new merch for the for the gasoline juice meet. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The Civic will be there and it'll be looking pretty goddamn good if I say so myself. I mean, it really just needs a proper clean. It's got an oil leak. It's got so much wrong with it, man. Like, I want to change so much on this goddamn car, but it's just too many projects, not enough money. That's like the problem, and not enough hands to help as well. But we'll get there. Just all in good time. I think if you're a big Honda guy like me, you know what it feels like to have a project in the garage not being worked on that you love, and you'd love to be out just enjoying it, but it needs so much to get through an MOT. It needs so much to run healthily. I'll run through that in a future video. So just make sure you hit that beautiful little subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below as well. Just give me some motivation because we've got a lot going on this next few years. I need to get stuck in, number one, to the MX5 and the M3. They're the next two cars to be dabbled on. So that's what we'll do. Yeah. Better put the little Civic away for a little while. Come on, Finn. Get out. Get out, Finn. That is where we are at. We have got coming to the channel M3 content very soon. Mental breakdown, damaging the car, ruining some parts while trying to fit something that I didn't even want to fit anyway. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to show you guys. Then next up, MX5 project. I know these have been done a million times, but I want one. And I feel like I'm just going to make content that I want. And if people watch, so fucking be it. And I think it'll be way better that way instead of buying something for content and then hating it. So MX5 is to come. I cannot wait for this car to be ready. I've always wanted a cool one of these. So I've got the base of it, and we just need to make it really good. Then S15. This is the big one. I want to say thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I've mentioned a few times, 621 merch is all on sale. We've got t-shirts from a tenner, so you can get into some 621 merch for really, really cheap. Everything is on sale on the website, and there's a discount code down below for Pure Car Modify, and you can buy any part off of the website with a discount code, even though we're not allowed to offer discount on some parts. So this is like one of the only times you can be able to do it. Discount code's down below. If you want to use it, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you do buy anything, please show me it on your car. It's one of my favourite things in the world. Supplying car parts and then seeing someone proud of it in the end. Oh God, we've got some parts to order for myself, but I don't have the money right now. Oh, actually, I forgot I bought something recently. I haven't shown you guys on YouTube yet. That'll be the next video. That'll be the next video. And make sure you hit subscribe. I'll see you guys soon and you can see my new toy. Hell yeah, baby, let's go.